So let's say business has fizzled and you just need to get patients in the door ASAP as soon as possible. You got bills to pay. What are you going to do to get those people in immediately? Well, I've got 5 tips to help you out with that. But the first thing I have to tell you is that you really should be proactive before you get to this point. And I really recommend watching my video on KPIs so that you can predict if this is going to happen in your business before you're at this point. Now, let's say it's too late and you are at this point and you really need to just figure out what to do. And business is slow and nobody's making appointments and you're worried about cash flow, you're worried about your overhead. So, what are you going to do? Here's my 5 tips. The very first thing I suggest you do is to leverage your social media. Get on your personal social media, get on your business social media, start engaging with your local chamber of commerce or other pages, maybe a community group. Start posting and post ASAP. Don't delay because it'll take a long time before somebody who sees that post actually decides to make an appointment. So you'll want to kind of get on this really soon and post engaging content if you can. So a perfect thing that you can recycle that's evergreen that you can always just keep reposting as many times in a year as you want to is client testimonials. If you're working hard and people like you and they've given you reviews, if they're on your Google, let's post those. Let's make Facebook posts out of those. If they're maybe leaving you reviews on your Facebook page, do that as well. Maybe they sent you an email or a text to thank you. Even if they just verbally told you on the way out, thank you, I feel so much better, quote them and put that into your testimonials. I would not put their full name because you really don't want to break any confidentiality, but you can call that person like Susan F or Brittany D or whatever her last name is. Just put an initial. If it's a common first name, it's totally fine to do that. I don't think anyone's going to be upset about that at all. But you really got to post some content as soon as possible. And if you can't post testimonials, or maybe you've done that already and the phone's still not ringing, then post information. Teach people, educate people about your services. Start drumming up business for things that they don't know that you can help them with. So, for example, not everybody knows what you are able to do for their wrists if they have carpal tunnel syndrome or if they're having sciatic pain or something like that. Like, just start planting some seeds so that the people that are listening to your social media start thinking to themselves, oh, I think I know someone that could use your help. Like, they will be your strongest referrals. If they like you, they want to see you succeed. So they're going to keep their eyes and ears open for sure for you. But you have to tell them what you can do and how you can help because they're not going to read your mind and they don't know your business as well as you do. And if you really can't think of anything, my social media packs are available as well. I would love if you bought some of those. I have a 30-day starter pack and some other packs that you can buy that are already pre-built with you for you with all the templates, all the photos, all the visuals, all the written stuff. You can go to town and download it right away, and I have videos there explaining how to use them. You could also run some targeted ads. If you've never run targeted ads before, they are effective. People just give up too soon. They don't know what to advertise, so they just put out some nonsense basically, and they don't target their local audience and they don't let the ad run long enough. Facebook is a business, Instagram is a business, they're the same business as a matter of fact, and they want to make money. And so unless you can post something that people want to share for free, it's going to cost you money to put it up. Of course, you can post it, it's not going to cost you money for that, but for people to actually see it, for it to be presented to people in your area. Like in my small town, if I were to target people from the ages of 45 to 65, which is the target demographic for our family business, we can get up to 40,000 people checking out our ads. That's way more than the people that are following my Facebook page. Way more. So please do play with that with Facebook ads. Give them a shot. I would suggest you just dip your toes in the water. Don't like throw $1,000 off at it right off the bat. And if you want to advertise effectively, you really need to be doing KPIs. I have a whole video on KPIs and what you need to track in KPIs. KPIs stand for key performance indicators. Basically, anything that you're going to pay for, you should really measure your results and track some before and after to see if it's made a significant impact on your business. Because it's hard to tell that anecdotally. You may be looking next year and thinking to yourself, like, I don't know, what did I do last July that got me some business? I don't remember. KPIs can help you with that. Or you might be thinking to yourself, I spent this money, was it worth it? KPIs will help you figure that out. So KPIs are key performance indicators. I have a whole video on that, on what's important to track, and please do track them. Anytime in your business, you should be doing that. Even if you're doing well, you should be tracking that. Tip number 2 I have for you is to offer promotions or discounts. So I know a lot of people don't like to do promotions, especially in service businesses, but they do have a place. And I think one of those places in drumming up business when times are slow. So what you could do is do a special of the month, or you could do an offer for new clients. I really like that idea more than a special of the month because I think that it's unfair to your customer from, let's say, the 29th of last month to, they would have saved money had they moved their appointment to the first of the month. And I think some clients who are at the end of the month may just follow that and do that. I don't like that. And the other thing is that you need to drum up new business. You can't keep depending on your existing customers to come in frequently, frequently, frequently. Of course, that would be great if they did that, but you're looking to drum up new customers and someone who possibly could be coming back for several different appointments. So in order to drum up new customers, sometimes you have to kind of grease the wheels a little bit. And a promotion does that. $10 off of their first booking or 15 minutes added on if they book a 45-minute session or something like that. It's quite an easy way to do that. And the other thing you could do is start up a referral program. So you can contact every one of your previous clients and say, this month we're offering a referral program. If you refer a friend this very month, and make it time limited. Don't make it indefinite because people don't act on things that are indefinite. So if you refer me this month, I will give you $10 off your next session, and your friend will get $10 off their next session. You can refer me as many people as you want. The more you do it, the more you earn. I'll notify you as soon as someone's come in and told me that they've been referred by you. There you go. It can be as simple as tracking it in a notebook if you want. And that could get people talking about you, and it definitely helps. There's no shame in drumming up business. You are your business, whether you like it or not. I know most people would not like they don't like sales. People are like very adverse to doing sales and trying to sell to people. I ultimately think instead of selling, you should be demonstrating your knowledge. But this video is all about when times are tough, what do you do? And when times are tough, the going get tough. Or the tough get going. So you really got to get going on that. Tip number 3 is plant some seeds to make tomorrow better. So for example, if let's say times are slow right now and you've tried everything to get customers in the door and you just can't do it, then maybe now's the time to take a course, maybe learn something new so you can have a new offering down the road. Or maybe you start learning more about marketing for yourself and educating yourself so that every day from now on is a little bit brighter. Or maybe you start revamping your website or taking a look at some SEO options, search engine optimization. Maybe you do stuff like that in order to make next month a little bit easier for yourself. Maybe you just make things more efficient, or you start figuring out if you can partner up with someone else. Things like that. Just try and think of something that you could be doing this month while times are slow that'll make tomorrow a little bit better for yourself. And that brings me to tip number 4, which is to network and partner with local businesses. So your little town or wherever you are, if you're in a big city, you could have local gyms, wellness centers, physicians' offices, chiropractors, other businesses that you can cross-promote your services with. And if you send them something like, let's say, can I keep some of my pamphlets at your door in your waiting room? That could be a really good way for you to get some business. There's people in there who are in some kind of pain. They may pick up your pamphlet and read it and come and contact you. And you can do the same for them. You can have a little section of local businesses that you recommend and have a brochure from each one of them or a flyer or business card from each one of them. Try to get yourself in the door at someone else's business who carries the same kind of clientele that you are interested in reaching out to. Okay, my tip number 5 is to host workshops or events. Educate a crowd. You really want to do that. It's very difficult to run your business as a one by one kind of business. You want to market to a big audience rather than just one by one. So if you can host an event that maybe you invite your local chamber of commerce to, maybe you organize something like, let's say your town, let's just call your town for a moment. I don't know, Massageville, let's just say, for example. And you are in Massageville and you contact the mayor or the town council or the chamber of commerce and you want to have a Massageville meet your local business people event. I bet you can get the space for free at your local arena if you arrange this and put the legwork in to get your businesses together. And then your people in your town, in your city, can come meet local businesses and talk to them one to one. And of course, if you're organizing this, you're going to give yourself the best spot possible. Try and make a platform for yourself to be front and center in front of people that could be your potential clients. This one takes a little bit longer. I don't think you can just drum this up in 1 month, but if you're pretty ambitious, you could. You could possibly do it. See if you can do like a pop up. Okay, and a bonus tip. I love doing bonus stuff. So, bonus tip for you is to do interviews of other medical professionals that can connect you with the people that you want to be in front of, and either do it as a YouTube series, or you can just do it a written if you wanted to, or you can even do a podcast series where you interview the local healers in your community. And by doing that, you can have really in-depth discussions with them. Most business owners are looking for opportunities to demonstrate what they know and to shine a light on their services. So if you make that platform where you are interviewing your local healers or any local business person, they are going to share that on their own social media and their channels. And as hard as you've worked to build up your social media or your website or your client list, they could be working just as hard. I hope they are. And now you get to infiltrate their list because you've given them something that where you're doing the talking, where you are part of this conversation, where your expertise shines as much as theirs does, and they're going to take it and use that as a way to promote their own business. So you've just marched your little feet into their business and into their audience, and now you're in front of their crowd. It can be that simple. Get innovative. The more ways that you can get into someone else's audience, the better it is for your business. Okay, so I hope that has helped you out. I want to leave you with a quote that I really like by Ernest Rutherford, and he says, "We haven't got the money, so we'll have to think." And I think that's so true that sometimes some of your best inspiration and your best solutions come from times when you're constrained and you have to figure out what to do using your brain. That's what it's there for. It's the most powerful tool in your business. It is the very thing that's going to save you from every situation you could possibly find yourself in, is thinking, creative, being creative and innovative and finding your way out of these problems. All businesses run into them. I have seen the best, I've seen the worst. Trust me, the bigger they are, the harder they fall is absolutely true when it comes to business. So if you're a small business person, count yourself lucky that you don't have a team of 200 people underneath you depending on you for their payroll, because those businesses have a lot of fear as well, and they have a lot on their shoulders. So use your stealthiness. You're a small business. You can pivot, you can change, you can make decisions. You are the owner. You can take control. You know, when you're riding the horse, you're the one that gets to do the steering. So do that. Use your brain, and you must think when you are in a predicament like you might be watching this video. Don't fear, just take action. Inaction is the worst thing you can do in your business. So take some time to think and then start working.